What's up, guys, and welcome to WP LaCour. Today we're going to be talking about how to build your wealth when you're starting from nothing. And this is something that anyone can do. I want to focus on things that people can do right now. A lot of people say, you just got to increase your income, you just got to do this, you just got to do this. Well, a lot of that takes a lot of time or takes preparation. You got to figure some things out. And so I'm not discounting that. You still got to find those other ways to increase that income, increase your livelihood. But the one thing I want to talk about today is how to build your current wealth from wherever you're at, whatever situation you're in. As long as you have a job, as long as you have some income, this is how you're going to be able to do it. So let's jump right into it. So the main thing I want to talk about, like I said, key formula to becoming wealthy. This is what I call the 10% rule, and I'm going to make another video more in detail about this. So this is going to be kind of an overview, but it is the 10% rule. Now, you've probably heard about this before. It's in a really popular book called The Richest Man in Babylon. I'll link that book below if you want to go get it from Amazon. It's a really quick read, but yeah, it's pretty cheap too. This is something I learned from that book, but I've also seen in a lot of other instances, a lot of other investors, people I look up to that are big in the investment community or in the wealth management, becoming financially free. They talk about this as well. But this is your starting point. This is your starting point. This is how you're able to create an enormous amount of success. And so what is the 10% rule? All right, really briefly, an overview of what the 10% rule is. You pay yourself first. Every time you get paid, pay yourself first. So you're going to pay yourself 10% of your gross pay. You're going to pay yourself 10%. Every time you get a paycheck, you get 10%, you pay yourself right away. So what does that look like? So let's say I got a $60,000 salary. Let's just say maybe you got less than that, maybe you got more than that. More, great. Less, hey, you can use the same strategies here. So let's say we got $60,000, we get paid twice every month. So each paycheck, your gross pay, is going to be $2,500. So you get $2,500, you're going to pay yourself 10% of that first. The first thing you do, take 10% of that, and that's going to come out to $250. That's before taxes. That number's before taxes. That's key. You want to pay yourself. So what you're living off of is 90% of your income. Now, a lot of you I know are going to say, how in the heck am I going to live off 90% of your income? You're going to figure out a way. If you dedicate this in your mind, you're like, hey, every time I get paid, I'm going to pay myself first. Then that extra, you're just going to figure out how to live on that. Maybe that's spending less on a monthly basis. Maybe you got too big of a house, you're not able to do it, or too big of an apartment. You just got to figure it out. And that's something you're going to have to do. Not sure, everyone's situation is different, but you got to figure out how to pay yourself first. You're always paying yourself 10%. So let's say you're getting $250. That's $250 you're paying to yourself each month. Now, where do you put that money? A lot of people are like, oh yeah, my savings account is paying 0.1%. Or maybe you got some good savings. There's some good savings out there that are paying like 2%. But even then, that's really low. What you want to do with this money is you want this money to work for you. This is your money. You want it working for you. So you want it producing more and more and more, and having that produce more and more and more. The compounding effect is how this works. Like I said, the compounding effect. You're going to compound that money. It's going to continue to increase, and your income is going to, your total wealth is going to go through the roof. So let's stick with this example. You got $60,000. You're getting paid $2,500 a paycheck. That's twice a month on a $60,000 salary. Now let's say you could be making less or more. Just stick with me. You pay yourself that 10%. This money is going to start working for you. Let's say I'm putting this in S&P 500. So S&P 500 typically, historically, is about 9% return year to year. And so obviously there's some, depending on how long ago you're looking at it, it could be a little different, but it's typically between 8 and 10%. We're going to go 9%, okay? So let's say you're getting a 9% return on every single thing that you're doing right here. So $250 every time, paying yourself first, you're getting a 9% return. just throwing it in the fund. And that's automated. You just automate that process. First thing you do, you get paid, boom. Pay that, it start working for you. Once you get this, start having this 9% invested. Let's say you do that immediately, you're buying those funds. What does this look like in 1 year? Now, 1 year you would have saved $6,000. So what does that $6,000 come out to? If you're investing in 9% every year, that's going to come out to $6,266. So you made an extra $266 just by investing it, by making it work for you. Now you might look at that and be like, yeah, that's not that much money. Like, this is 1 year. That's just 1 year. People look at investing and they think these stock market gurus are just day trading all day long. That's not what they're doing. That's not what Warren Buffett did. That's not what the most successful investors in history did. They weren't day trading their money. They were investing for the long term. They were saving it up. They were being consistent over a long period of time. And this is what happens. All right, let's say you have this $60,000 salary, 25 years, nothing changes. Better not change. You better be increasing that. Each year you should be going in, trying to get a pay increase, seeing what you can do to increase your income. Because then this number is going to be a million times more. But let's say you stuck with that same salary 25 years later. So we're going to... 25 years later, what is that going to look like? Now you would have saved, and you may have already done the math here, you would have saved $150,000 over 25 years. So that's pretty good. What does it look like if you're investing it every time you get a paycheck, taking that 10%, investing it right away, getting that 9% return? Let's see what happens. So that total amount is going to come out to how much is actually going to be in your account. It's going to be $563,192.87. So that's what's actually in your account. That's a gain of $413,192.87 more than what you saved. That's a ton. That's just by making this money work for you and then having that money work for you too. You always want to be increasing your wealth in this way. You want to have your money working for you, and that's just doing 10%. That's doing 10%. That's the bare minimum. You do at least 10%. Every time you pay yourself, at least 10%, and you're going to see your money grow like crazy. Now, let's say your income continues to increase. Imagine what that amount is going to look like. Let's say you're making $120,000 after 10 years. You're paying yourself a lot more. That's being invested. And a lot of people see their wealth. They think their wealth's just going to increase like this. What you want is your wealth to increase like that. And it's done through this compounding effect. It's done through saving that money, investing it right away though. Not just saving it. Build your emergency fund and then invest all that extra cash right away. You're going to end up saving a ton of money. Seriously. It's going to make an impact in your life. Now, I'll link the book below. It's probably one of my favorite investing books. I'll come out with another video with my investing book, so stay tuned for that. But man, this is how it works. This is how you start. You want to start right now. Take whatever income you're getting, 10%, pay yourself first, make that money work for you. You want to hire that money as an employee that's going to build your wealth. And so, yeah, that's what you're doing. That's a 10% rule. We'll go into more details on how we can get better on this. But this is the key to starting your financial journey, starting to become successful. So this is it, guys. What's up, everybody? And thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I provided you with some value today. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We're just getting started. This is one of my first videos. As you can see, I've made some videos before, just kind of testing the water, see what I thought. I'm going to try to provide you with a ton of value, so go ahead, like, subscribe to the video, comment on things you'd like to see in the future, and we'll try to get this thing rolling. But hey, thanks so much for your support. Hope to see you in the next one.